Want to learn how to make decisions while under time constraint? Try these 3 strategies. 1. Pause, then think. Perhaps the biggest challenge faced by a decision maker is when to make decisions. Make them too slowly and events overtake you. Too quickly and you risk acting rashly. Professor Emma Barrett of the University of Manchester, who specializes in the psychology of extreme environments, shares that in stressful situations, people often behave as if they're under time pressure, even when they're not. She has interviewed people who are experienced at coping in all sorts of extreme environments and asked them how they make decisions when a military operation goes wrong or there's an avalanche at high altitude. And guess what? Nearly all of them said that often you've got more time than you think. Time to take a step back and just reflect for a moment so that your emotions aren't driving the decision. 2. The least worst decision. There is also the opposite problem when the decision maker does too much ruminating and fails to act. Lawrence Allison, a professor of forensic psychology at the University of Liverpool, has coined the term decision inertia to describe how people run into a psychological roadblock when all options look bad. Decision makers can become paralyzed, fixating on the regret they will feel should a decision have appalling consequences. A common reaction to make repeated requests for more information past the point at which more information can help them choose. Good decision makers, on the other hand, judge when further delay will end up costing more than any decision they take. They are skilled at taking the least worst decision and accepting that whatever you do is going to be potentially wrong. 3. Focus on the goal. Plans, drills, and guidelines are essential, and so is a degree of adaptability. Decision makers should focus on the goal, not the decision. An example of this is reflected by the American police officer Stephen Redfern, one of the first on the scene at a mass shooting in a cinema in Aurora, Colorado back in 2012. When the officer arrived, he saw severely wounded moviegoers, some of them children. It was against policy to transport injured people in police cars, but the ambulances were having trouble getting to the cinema. The officer knew that unless he did something, some of the wounded would die. He took what he later described as a crazy and unorthodox decision, ferrying injured children in his car to local hospitals. What that officer did was brave, creative, and right. He kept his eye on the goal of saving lives. So the next time you're under pressure but you need to make an important decision, try out these 3 tips and let me know how it goes in the comments below.